What's up, guys? So, today we're going to be talking about some Life is Strange leaks that I recently found. Most specifically, talking about whether Chloe is going to be in the game or not. So, a quick rundown. Some 2 years or 3 years ago, some information on Life is Strange True Colors and Double Exposure were revealed. And as usual, at the time, most people are skeptical or unsure whether the leaks or rumors are true or if it's just someone making up fake stories. And basically, what happens is sometimes years later, when the game is revealed, some people find out that some information that was in those leaks a few years ago turns out to be actually true. And that's basically what just happened with Life is Strange Double Exposure. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So, like 3 years ago, a user named Duck Sector 90 on Reddit leaked some information in regards to Life is Strange 3 and 4. Life is Strange 3 being True Colors and 4 being Double Exposure. So, in terms of True Colors, the person said Life is Strange 3 is being developed right now by Deck 9, and I've heard it's been referred to as Life is Strange True Colors in development, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the final title. Now, obviously, we all know that Life is Strange True Colors became the actual title of the game. Now, of course, the person goes deeper and says the game will be a return to a grounded small setting, which obviously we know the game is set in this little small town. The main character is an Asian American woman named Alex. Obviously, we know we played as Alex Chen. And the main character, the main superpower this game revolves around is the ability to read minds. Different characters will have colors surrounding them, representing their emotions, hence the name True Colors. Now, obviously, as you know, in True Colors, Alex Chen is basically like an empath. She's able to read people's emotions and she can manipulate them, change their emotions, take them away, things like that. So this is basically accurate for the most part. Now, this same person then goes into detail about Life is Strange 4, aka Life is Strange Double Exposure. The person says there's another Life is Strange game that I've heard is in pre-production. Although I'm not 100% sure about the details on this one, it's still a long ways off. It's supposed to be a direct sequel to the first game, and it'll feature the same protagonists, Max and Chloe. Now we all know that this is actually true. Double Exposure will be returning to the character Max. Now, of course, this brings us to the point of the video, which is Chloe going to be in this game? Obviously, this part, the person said that the game is going to feature Max or Chloe. So that seems like pretty much it settles that, right? Well, it also then gets even more interesting because then about a year later, someone else on Reddit had more information. So the user was ASPA21. So the person said, I have no real proof that this source is reliable. So just assume that there's a 99% chance that this is bullshit. But I heard from someone that's tested the game that Life is Strange 4 is coming and Max will be once again the main character. Of course, we know that's true. Apparently, she's a professor at an art school and her powers have been upgraded so she can travel between alternate realities and use that to solve mysteries. Obviously, we know that in Double Exposure, Max loses her rewind powers, or rather, they evolve into this new ability to travel between realities, and she has to solve the murder of her friend Safi. And basically, this person says it follows the choices you made in the first game, and Chloe can make an appearance if kept alive. Now, emphasis on this part, Chloe can make an appearance if you kept her alive. Obviously, we know the developers told us that depending on your choices, you're going to have a conversation with Safi where you get to choose whatever it is you did at the end of Life is Strange 1, and that's going to carry over to the game. So it appears for people that chose the Bay ending, the people that chose to romance Chloe or just keep her as a friend, Chloe is probably going to appear maybe in like one or two cutscenes or something like that. So similar to what I said in my previous video, I don't think Chloe is going to be in the entire game alongside Max as she solves this mystery. Rather, she's going to maybe appear in a few cutscenes just to, and then they'll give us a story reason as to why she's not going to be there for the rest of the story. Maybe she got some job in another country or continent or whatever, and she's going to be gone for like 6 months and or whatever other excuse they may want to use. But I think Chloe is going to be there, but just a small appearance. On a side note, this is kind of funny, but one of the leaks say that one of the side quests in the game involved us getting a cat that would eventually become our pet. And if you look at one of the videos that they gave us, you can see Max in a room and there's a cat, a black cat, actually sitting by the bedside. I thought that was kind of funny. So this person went further and actually talked about the story and said the basis of the story is that she's investigating the murder of a friend or student of hers. Obviously, we know this is Safi. She steps between the realities and ends up finding her friend is alive in an alternate timeline and uses that to solve the murder. There will be apparently other people with powers in the game as well. So obviously, like I said, this is obviously clearly true. We know that because the trailer reviewed that and the developer deep dive reviewed all these things. So pretty much this rumor is confirmed. So I can say probably without a doubt Chloe is definitely appearing in this game. It will be a small role, but at least we still get to see her in some capacity. And also the last part is really interesting. It says there'll be apparently other people with powers. My assumption is they probably mean the main villain, who I hope is not like some evil version of Max or something like that. Of course, I hope it's not something that predictable, but I assume that's who they mean. But maybe there's probably going to be more than one character with powers, so that's going to be really interesting. So for me, this is really interesting, and I think it's shaking up to be, a really interesting game. And I hope it lives up to the hype and doesn't end up as one of those games where you're like, oh, I wish they just kept Life is Strange 1 as the only game about Max and they ruined the character and all that stuff. Hopefully, it's a good game, but it's shaping up to be something really interesting. But that's it for this video, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.